Hi Panther Cubs, happy Thursday. So let's start with our first question on our spiral review. What is 351 rounded to the nearest 10? So if I have 351, I'm going to be worrying about the tens place. What digit is in the tens place? That's what I need to figure out first. I'm going to underline the digit in the tens place. So I see there's if I do HTO, hundreds, tens, ones, the 5 is in the tens place, I'm sorry. So we're really just thinking about 51. So I want to know what 10 comes before 51 and what 10 comes after. So if I'm counting by 10, what would 51 be in between? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So I'm going to put 50 on one end of my number line and 60 on the other. But we do have to put the 100 back on because we don't want to forget about that. So 350, 360. Now I'm thinking about, well, what are my red and green numbers? And I don't have a green marker, so I'm going to use pink instead to symbolize for the red. Okay, but let's see. 351. 352, 0 through 4. The line stays the same. So I'm going to go all the way to 354 in red. And now the rest of the numbers up to 360 are green. 355, 356, 357, 358, and 359, and then we would get to 360. So I'm going to figure out where is 351 on my number line. So I'm going to circle it because circle what is doing the rounding. The 1 is really the one doing the rounding. So 351 is a red number. That means stop. So it is going to round to 350. If you're thinking about just the shortcut way, we underline the 5, move to the right and circle it. 0 through 4, the line stays the same. 5 through 9, adding 1 is the game. Now since the 1 is the big guy pushing everybody around, he's the one who does the rounding, he's 0 to 4, so we're going to add 0. 0 plus 5 is equal to 5. This looks like a 0, so that's where my zeros will start. All the other numbers stay the same. All right, so 350 was my final answer. The next question asks us to use an equal or not equal sign to complete this sentence. So really, I need to figure out what each side is equal to before I can figure out if they're equal or not equal. So we're going to start with 179 minus 34. Okay, I'm going to circle where I see the bigger number. I always start in the ones column, remember? Oh, there's my bigger number. More on top, no need to stop. 9 minus 4. If you don't know how to do the subtraction, count from 4 to 9. And we're going to get 5. Okay, now we're done in the ones. We can move over to the tens. Circle the bigger number. Oh, more on top again. No need to stop again. So 7 take away 3 is going to be 4. And 1, really this is a 0 holding the place. 1 take away 0 is 1. So we're going to put 145 on this side. And we're going to see is 126 plus 19 equal to 145. So let's see, 126 plus 19. All right, so now I'm adding, I'm putting together. 6 plus 9 is 15. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And again, we kind of have the placeholder there, that's nothing. 1 plus 0 is 1. So on this side of the equation, we also have 145. And since they're the same on both sides, we're going to put the equal to symbol in there. All right, let's look at number 3. Circle each number sentence that can be completed by using the fact 13 minus 5 equals 8. So they give us 13 minus 5 equals 8. So let's look at the equations. Since there's a line for equals, I'm going to fill in the blank and see, is it a true statement? The other thing I can think about is my fact family. I have 13 at the top because that's my big number in charge, the dad of the family, or the mom, whoever is running the house, triangle house. So 13, 5, and 8. So in a fact family or related fact, we have to use all three numbers. So let's see, is 5 plus 8 equal to 13? Yep, so that one's good. Now, what is my missing number here? 13 plus 5, my missing number that I haven't used yet is 8. Does 13 plus 5 equal 8? No, that's ridiculous. Okay, we're going to go to this one. What's my missing number of my fact family? I used my 13 again. I used my 8, so my missing number is 5. Excuse me. Does 13 minus 8 equal 5? It does, so we can circle that as true as well. And then the last one, D, I'm looking to see what is my missing number. So I've used 8, I've used 13, my missing number is 5. Now let's see if that's true. 8 plus 5 is equal to 13. And yes, that one's true. So our answers there are A, C, and D. Okay, Panther Cubs, now we have the word problem that we're going to use UPSC for. If you didn't use UPSC, you need to set it up and do it with me. I'm going to read the problem. It says, Justin is selling hot dogs at a stand. On Monday, he sells 89 hot dogs. On Wednesday, he sells 212 hot dogs. And on Friday, he sells 315 hot dogs. How many hot dogs did Justin sell during those 3 days? So I'm going to start with my U-Box. I'm going to go sentence by sentence, picking out any important information. So the first sentence says, Justin is selling hot dogs at a stand. Well, that's great for Justin, but that's not really important for us to solve the word problem. So I'm going to not worry about that sentence. Then it says, on Monday, he sells 89 hot dogs. Okay, numbers are almost always important. Almost always. So we're going to say Monday, he sells 89. M stands for Monday. The next sentence says, on Wednesday, he sells 212 hot dogs, and on Friday, he sells 315 hot dogs. Okay, so we have a lot of information in there. So let's see, Wednesday says that he sold 212. And on Friday, it said he sold 315. Okay, so that takes care of that sentence. The last sentence says, how many hot dogs did Justin sell during those 3 days? Okay, well, I always want to make sure that I understand the question, because if I don't know what the question is, then there's no way for me to solve. So I want to know how many hot dogs. And I'm thinking, is this a problem where I'm putting things together or taking things apart if I want to know how many hot dogs? So as I go over here to my plan, I'm thinking, well, if I want to know how many he sells on those 3 days, I need to know the first day, the second day, and the third day. And I think I'm going to put it all together. So it sounds like to me this is going to be an addition problem. Now I'm going to have to do 2 steps of addition because I have 3 numbers that I need to add together. And again, it doesn't matter what order you add in, but we need to make sure that we add all 3. And once, my apologies, once you add, we check. So we're going to do step 1. We're just going to go in order. I'm going to do 89 plus 212. I'm going to put my bigger number on top. 212 plus 89. So I start at my ones column. 2 plus 9 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 2 is 3. So far, Monday and Wednesday combined, he's sold 301 hot dogs. Now, I'm going to check it because if I make a boo-boo in step 1, then that's going to make the rest of my problem messed up. So, to check addition, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot my addition sign. To check addition, I'm going to do the opposite operation, which is subtraction. And I'm going to work my way from the bottom back to the top. So I go from bottom, and hopefully my answer is 212. Well, oh, this is a tough subtraction one. Okay, I'm going to circle where my bigger number is. Oh, there's my 9. It's on the floor, so I need to go next door to borrow 10 more. But nobody's home next door, so that means I'm going to go down the street. And from my hundreds neighbor, I'm going to say, please, can I have one of your hundreds? And that's going to leave my neighbor with 2. But I'm not getting 100 ones. That's way too many little cubes. I'm going to get 10 tens. I still can't do 1 minus 9. But now my neighbor's home, and I can borrow from them. So I'm going to go to my neighbor, go next door, take one of the tens, borrow it, so that I have 11. If I had 1, I got 10 more. That leaves me with 11. So I can do 11 minus 9 is equal to 2. I'm going to circle my bigger number, 9 or 8. 9. 9 minus, more on top, no need to stop. 9 minus 8 is 1. Then 2 is my bigger number. This is kind of like the 0 placeholder. 2 minus 0 is 2. So my answers matched up. So that means I did step number 1 correctly. Now I need to do step number 2 to finish my problem. Step number 2 is now that I have Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to add in Friday. So here's my Monday and Wednesday, and I know that on Friday, I sell 300, Justin sells 315. So I'm going to see for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, how many hot dogs does Justin sell? So I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. These are going to be our hot dogs. 1 plus 5 is 6. 0 plus 1 is 1. And 3 plus 3 is 6. And I'm always going to make sure I circle my answer. But I'm not totally done yet because I need to check it to make sure I didn't do any boo-boos. So I'm going to, again, work from bottom back to top. So I'm going to start at my 616. I'm going to do my number in the middle. And hopefully I'll answer with 301. The opposite of addition is subtraction. Going to circle where my bigger number is. Well, more on top. No need to stop. 6 minus 5 is 1. Oh, here I can't circle anything because it's numbers the same, zeros the game. And then I'm going to circle my bigger number. More on top. No need to stop. So 6 minus 3 is 3. My answers match up. So 616 hot dogs between Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is my final answer.